So, Astros are still trailing 4-0.
Yep.
So it seems like they're in a little bit of a standstill in the middle of the sixth. So we'll see if they come back and rally. Or if not, we have ourselves a tied series and on to the next game.
On to Garrett Cole.
Yes. Possible Cy Young Award winner, battling that out with his own teammate, Justin Verlander. So.
Yep.
How exciting is October?
October's great. It's for no other reason. It's the start of the NBA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
If no other reason, the NBA is here. So if that don't get the blood tingling in your body, nothing gets the blood tingling in your body.
So how many fantasy leagues are you in basketball? We covered football, but basketball?
Oh, just one.
Just one. Just one. Come on.
Just one.
Why not 10?
Do you want? Because you got to pay too much attention to daily, and you don't break what you've done. So, if in 14 years I've won 7 titles, and I've been in 2 other finals, and I've only missed the playoffs once, you don't break that. If I go join another league, everything else will go haywire.
Interesting.
If you want, I'll give you my NBA Finals right now, barring injuries, mind you. Got to say that, barring injuries. I'll give you my finals right now, if you want it.
Oh,
or if you want to wait.
Oh, you're ready for that.
Oh, yeah. If you want to wait, I'll wait so we can build up anticipation. But if you want, I'll give it to you right now.
I am curious, but I would like building up anticipation.
Okay, let me give you this.
So,
let me give a tease. Let me give a tease so we can pay it off in a couple of weeks before the season starts. Okay. I am not picking the Lakers.
I'm not surprised.
That's a very popular pick. You ready for this? You want one more tease to pay off? I'm not picking the 76ers out of the East.
Really?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't think they have enough shooting. And I don't think the Lakers play defense good enough. Maybe that'll change, but then I also wonder, will I get 70 games from Anthony Davis? Will I get defense from LeBron James? With load management, how many games are they going to miss and still be able to build chemistry? And are they good enough to beat the other teams in the West?
Yes, that is my concern with the Lakers.
Yep.
So I am on the same page as you are. So which is why the reason why I'm not surprised. I am curious to know how far, if anything, will make it into the playoffs. Because
I think it depends on
chemistry, and they didn't have much of that, and they were struggling with that last season.
Yeah. Are they a 1 through 4 seed, or are they a 5 through 8 seed? And if they're a 5 through 8 seed, then who do they play? So here's my example. Say the Lakers, because of load management, end up a 5 seed. Say the Clippers, because of load management, end up a 4 seed. Then the Lakers could technically get put out in the first round because I think the Clippers are a better team.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Now,
True.
if the Lakers end up, say, a 3 seed, and a team like Portland, or let's use Portland. Say Portland is a 3 seed and the Lakers are a 6. Or vice versa, say the Lakers are a 3 seed and Portland's a 6. Well, they could probably beat Portland and move on. So I think it has to depend on what seed they are, where they fall, and where everything else comes to play. I don't think it's just as easy as saying the Lakers are going to do this. See, it's not like the last 5 years where you can just say Golden State's going to beat everyone and get to the finals. It doesn't matter who you match them up against. I think there are teams matchup-wise that will cause the Lakers fits. And so they have to get the right team that they're going to match up against.
Yeah. And that's not going to be easy for them to match up against the right team to advance.
Well, you never know, because you play 82 games, and sometimes it's a game or two that separate where you are. What if you're a team that, that wants to play down so you can avoid the Lakers. You know, what if I'm Portland and I have the 3 seed and the Clippers have the 4 seed, and I see that the Lakers are going to be a 6 seed, and I'm Portland, I say, wait, I don't want to match up against them. Let me just lose I'll rest my players the last 2-3 games, and I'll let the Clippers go by me. So there's so much that goes into that.
Yeah, that's true. That does happen. Good point there. So, anticipation.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
The regular season hasn't even started, and I'm already excited to see what's going to happen.
Well, all you got to do is flip to the 4-letter because there's a game on right now, followed by another preseason game right after this.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm telling you, so much sports.
I know.
So, which is why I love October, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So it's just like,
Look, I know we're coming up against the clock, but let me give you something real quick. ASU plays Washington State this week. Washington State can really put the ball in the air. And Danny Gonzalez is really going to have to come up with something to slow Washington State down because they can score in bunches very quick. But if ASU wins this week, and I just want to be real clear about this and how it affects the rest of their season. If ASU wins this week, that puts them at 5-1. As a 5-1 football team, that means they're one game away from qualifying from a bowl victory right there. Also, with the win this week, the team that's ranked number 18 right now, that sets them up when they're going into Utah, which is going to be a tough game. So you don't want to jump over Washington State or look past Washington State. But then when you look at the schedule the rest of the way, you're looking at a team that realistically can go 9-3. And that changes the whole picture of bowl games. Now, I'm not saying they're going to lose to Utah, and I'm not saying they're going to lose to Oregon. But if this team beats Washington State and say they find a way to go to Utah and beat a 15th-ranked Utah team, the world opens up because now they're going to UCLA. Then they get SC here. Then they go up to Oregon State, and Oregon State is bad. Then they come home and they face a ridiculously good Oregon team before they end their home season against the team down in Tucson. So let's say this team now goes 10-2. Again, that opens up everything else. But by beating Washington State and staying disciplined, that sets up everything beautifully for Utah next week. Because then Utah doesn't become a game that you go, oh, wow, we really got to win because we don't want a 2-game losing streak before we have to go back on the road to California to play UCLA in the Rose Bowl. So this game is big this week. I would look for a heavy dose of Eno because Washington State can't score if they're not controlling the clock. And I think that's what we can look for a lot this week. A lot of running, a lot of smash mouth. If you look at Mike Leach's team, they play finesse football, not smash mouth football. And this is the game. I think ASU really hits them in the mouth, and I'm calling it now. I would not be surprised if Eno Benjamin ran for about $160.
Wow. That's a lot to digest.
Well, I just gave it to you. Well, I gave it to you, did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, boy. So I'll let everybody else as well digest what you just said and what's going to go down for this weekend in football and possibly the rest of the season as well. So along with everything else, sports as well. Yeah. Just so exciting, as always.
Yep.
So that is the end of our show tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, a pleasure.
Always. My pleasure.
So just make sure to tune in every week with Johanna Rosalye and PLR.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. The 7-time fantasy basketball champ and the current 5-0 fantasy football champ co-host. See, I set it up at the beginning. but then we lost it at the end. So I'm gonna pretend we have a cassette player here. So here I go. I'm gonna press the button. Now I'm gonna hit play. Now you get to go again.
I'm gonna need a little card, so I can go ahead and say it all as perfectly as you do. So
okay, well, that's okay. That's why I'm gonna do it again. Ready for the cassette? Record again. Okay, we're ready.
I love you. That was so much fun. What would I do without you, huh?
Hey, I'm just saying. So here we go. We're wrapping up the show, and action.
Yeah, what was that again?
You're killing me.
See, I'm telling you, I need a little script so I can not mess that up for you.
Okay. Okay, you're about to mess up the tape because we're going to have to put the tape over the ends because I already ripped it off so we can get recorded over. So I'm going to put the tape over the ends, over the tip. Now, here we go. Now, you ready for the outro? Take 7. This has been Go.
This has been a pleasure as always. Thank you for joining me tonight. That was your cue.
I don't do my own introduction. You know how egotistical that is? You've been doing the closeout forever. So now you don't do the closeout. You're ruining the whole cassette now.
I need to go buy some more cassettes.
Oh. Get those Maxell 60 minutes. Those are the best ones, all right?
Oh, I will.
All right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, of course. Always so much fun. So everybody tune in again next week for our shenanigans, and we'll make sure to bring you some more fun stuff.
Sounds good.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.